XRP will go to the moon if this happens. Okay, so right now we're looking still pretty good, the same as kind of yesterday. XRP was at a high of around $2.17, so it's a little bit down from there. But as of right now, everything is still looking pretty decent, and this is mainly because of the CPI report that came out. The stock investors poured their liquidity into the crypto market because they were uncertain of what was going to happen in the stock market. Okay, so let's begin with the real fun. Okay, so before we start, I just want to say that everything right now in this article and what I'm going to be talking about is hypothetical, but I do think it is possible. There's a chance that this could happen. Okay, so this is how high XRP could go if it takes just 5% of Swift's daily volume. If you don't know what Swift is, it is what pretty much all the banks in the world use to move their money. But the problem with it is that it is slow and it's just not as efficient as moving XRP. Okay. So XRP could see an explosive price expansion if it were to capture even a small slice of Swift's daily transaction flow. And in this case, we're talking about around 5%. Okay, so and there has been a lot of discussions. I've been talking about it, how that XRP could fit in the global payments landscape alongside Swift, the world's largest financial messaging network. So right now what Ripple is doing, and it's buying companies and businesses because they're trying to get their hand into the banking market. And so if we could, it doesn't have to take over the banking market because Swift, it's old, it's been here for forever, it's slow, and XRP is kind of the new fast moving technology. No one is just ready to adapt and move on from something that's been here for so long, which makes sense. But there has been speculation and questions to why are we not using XRP if it's faster and it's more efficient and it's really cheap to move and it's easy to move. And so we're going to be talking about that. And XRP could serve as a powerful settlement layer that enhances speed, liquidity, and cost efficiency. So if everybody's not ready to move on from Swift and they kind of want to stay with it and they're not ready to just move their whole banking system over to moving XRP, XRP could just take a small slice of that. And people would be comfortable with that. They're not taking up most, XRP wouldn't be taking up most of the percentage of what moves every day. Even just 5% could boost XRP a huge amount like we've never seen before. So let's get into this. Okay, so Ripple executives have long argued that XRP is designed to improve cross-border payments rather than outright dismantle existing system. So I've been talking about this a little bit, and I've been saying that XRP is one of the most interesting cryptos we have out here. I think everybody likes XRP and thinks it's interesting, and XRP is one of the most one of the most cryptos that can be moved really easily. And it's kind of one of those things that we could be moving money around with it. We could be using it in banks. And I think it's one of the only ones that we could be doing that just because of what XRP is. So Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has previously stated that Swift's infrastructure works, but remains slow and expensive, unlike XRP, especially for international transfers. XRP is very cheap to transfer and it's also very fast. And with AI being involved and implemented, XRP using and trading XRP could be so much easier than Swift's process. I mean, it would just be like a game changer. But right now, everybody kind of wants to stick to Swift and kind of just stay in their own lane with the old. They're comfortable with it. And so we see, my bad. Ripple CTO Emeritus David Schwartz has highlighted how blockchain-based settlement can reduce intermediaries, shorten settlement times, and unlock liquidity trapped in traditional banking rails. Okay. Understanding a Swift's enormous scale. This is the part where we kind of see what XRP could go to and how big Swift is. And we can see that even a small percentage XRP has in Swift's banking exchange could be huge for XRP. So we can see as of late 2022, the network averaged roughly 44.8 million messages daily, a figure that continues to grow every year. So you think about 2022, it's probably grown enormously, and it's probably trading so much more than it was at 2022. And so we can see in the mid 2000s. So I mean, this was a while ago if you think about it. So I bet you this number has gone up dramatically, but we're going to use 5 trillion per day. That's what it was in the mid 2000s. And that is based on average transaction sizes at the time. Today, that figure is widely believed to be even higher, which I 100% think it is. Mid 2000s to 2026, it's got to be way higher. But for data purposes, we're going to use 5 trillion a day since we don't really have a set number besides that. Okay, so we use a conservative 5 trillion daily volume to estimate and explore what XRP's valuation might look like if it handled 5% of that flow. Only 5%, guys. It's not like XRP's coming in and taking 100%. Just 5% is all we would need. What if XRP processes 5% of Swift's daily volume? Okay, so 5% of 5 trillion equals 250 billion in daily transaction volume flowing through XRP. Let's go over here real quick. So let's click on XRP over here. It's at 211 right now. We're up 20. We're up pretty nice. Okay, so you see this 93%. This is how much volume is being traded through XRP. Imagine if this was, how much was this number? 250 billion. Imagine if this was 250 billion. Imagine this would be like, I don't even know how much percent up that would be, but that would be huge for XRP. I mean, XRP would be pumping like we have never seen before if this number went from right now 4.79 billion to 250 billion. You just imagine that. That would be nuts. So XRP is not trading around 208 right now. The recording this video, it is around 211. And with an average daily trading volume of approximately 3 billion, that's the average, but right now we're at 4.79 billion. If XRP's daily volume were to rise from 3 billion to 250 billion, that would represent an increase of roughly 83 times current levels. That would be insane. Just imagine XRP moving that much. I mean, that would be insane. That would just skyrocket the price, the value, everything would go crazy. And so this is the fun part. If we use a proportional model, kind of using all this data, XRP's price scenario could rise to $173 per XRP. All guys, this is all theoretical, but do I think this is going to happen? Not for sure, but do I think it's possible? Yes, I do think this is possible. I think there's a chance to this. There's always chance to everything, but there's a chance to this, guys. I'm not just using this and just saying this for nothing. I think there is a chance in this. And this would represent more than 8,200% increase from current levels and push XRP's market capitalization well into the multi-trillion-dollar range. Just imagine this. This could put XRP up on the lands we've never seen before. Up on the, like, I don't even know what to say because it'd be so crazy and we've never seen this, but it could be huge. I don't even know if we compare it to, because it would just be its own thing. It'd be its own dog. It would be insane. So we want to take this into reality though. This is purely hypothetical, but I really do. There's a chance in this. Like I've said, I think that it's a possibility because right now Ripple is pushing for that. They are pushing to get their hand in the banking world, which I really like because I think if they got their hand in the banking world, it would make XRP even more fun, more useful in the real world. And using XRP in the banking system will kind of be like, okay, the banks are using XRP, so I'm kind of going to be using XRP myself. It's going to be more widely accepted if XRP and crypto starts getting into the banking system. We could see XRP and the whole crypto market's taking a huge stride up, and it would just be a great move for crypto. So we're going to end this off by just looking at what XRP is doing right now. Okay, so it was just at 211. Now we're at 212. Last week, we're still down right now, but we got to be pretty thankful because yesterday was a pretty decent day. You know, we haven't seen a day like that. I'm going to go back to it right now where we have got a lot of green like this and just a little bit of red. So it was pretty nice. I won't lie. I was pretty happy. XRP, I think, got up by the time I stopped looking at it, like almost to $2.18, which is pretty nice. So it's dropped a little bit, but hey, we're still up. Hopefully we can still keep pushing. And so yeah, let's just say happy with what we got right now. Be thankful, you know? Okay, so thank you guys for your time. I really appreciate you watching me. Remember, if you like what I'm doing, make sure to like, comment, subscribe down below. And thank you so much for your guys' time. Have a great day.